Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm seeing everyone's name, and it's so great to see everybody for the month of April. I feel that every single month I start off with, I can't believe it's so last month it was like, I can't believe it's March. And yes, it is April, and it is April in the Content Lab. And this month, the content lab is going to meet everybody where they're at. So maybe, you might feel like you're a little bit behind. And, I believe that we are where we are supposed to be, and that's the best place to get started. And I'm just going into the group here. So we're going to do some things that are going to meet everybody where they're at. This month for April, it's about strengthening your personal brand on LinkedIn. And what we're going to do is we're going to touch on our LinkedIn profile. So there's always a great opportunity to review. And actually, this past weekend, I took a look at my online presence overall, and I even did some updates on my LinkedIn profile. So one of them I'm going to share with you. And I mean, I'm always taking a look because, like, does my LinkedIn profile today meet me where I'm at? Or, like, am I doing the things that I'm talking about and then just reviewing? And I like to take a look as well, like when it comes to marketing, how is our audience receiving the message versus what it is that we're putting out there? So we're going to talk about strengthening your personal brand on LinkedIn. And I'd like to get started first, like for a few minutes. If anyone would like to share some of their experiences on LinkedIn, whether it's like really positive or, uh-oh, did this just happen here? Or perhaps like maybe you've got a question and then we can move forward. And if not, we can just go right on in because I know that there'll be some questions and maybe things will come up. So, oh, Clarissa, yes, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. It's my first time joining, so I'm very excited. I do have a question. I think it's similar to other platforms too. Sometimes when people really engage with my material really consistently, and I almost feel obligated to engage back, but it feels like, yeah, sometimes I wonder if there's like any of these like social etiquettes that happens on LinkedIn. So yeah, curious about those pieces.
Great. Okay, I'll answer that question, and I'm also going to share something new with that. Now, I don't know if anyone here has noticed that on LinkedIn, when you leave a comment, you might notice that you'll see it's showing impressions on your comment. So yeah, I know. I saw Jody's face. I saw this last week. I'm like, what is going on here? And then I did some digging. So LinkedIn is looking for, meaningful comments. And, I hope this doesn't put pressure on individuals, but there's always been that, LinkedIn is looking for more than us just saying, that's great, or way to go, but just like a little bit longer in terms of a content. And I would say that when you're sharing a comment, like it would be conversational. So LinkedIn is looking for us to comment. I don't comment on every single comment that comes through. Something that I don't love about LinkedIn, and I really love the platform, is that it allows people to use AI for their comments. That's totally fine. I do believe, though, that, using AI is very, very smart. We should ensure that it sounds like us and not to take the easy route when it comes to sharing that AI comment. So sometimes I'll see a comment on my posts and they pretty much I know it's AI because they have commented by taking what I've shared and putting it into a paragraph. And then when I look at it, I'm like, but I just said that. Or I take a look at like some of my friends who have shared a really great post, and I love to scroll through the comments. So this is another great reason why, you want to share meaningful comments because when I scroll through comments on LinkedIn, I think to myself, oh, I really like what that person said. Let me take a look at their profile. Hopefully, they've like optimized their headline and that first line really brings me in. But comments bring me in to learn more about the individual. So then again, I'm reading a comment of a connection and I see that comment and I'm like, wait a second, that's just exactly what that person said. So LinkedIn, they want us to comment. I believe that, when you're commenting, another thing is, be mindful of your time. Like sometimes we put so much time into our social media, and a lot of us are solopreneurs or we've got really small teams. Um, and a tip that I have too is like first thing in the morning, like while I'm making breakfast, I'm scrolling through LinkedIn, I can multitask and I see something that I want to comment on and I save the post because I know I want to go back a little bit later and then I can make those comments. So I hope that kind of answers your question. Yeah. Paige?
Just a small thing on what you were saying. I totally appreciate that, an AI that just said what you said is, not ideal, but there was this one Huberman post on sleep, and I'm pretty up on like how to sleep tips. And some guy in the comments had something I'd never heard before and used AI to say it, which was like do about 5, 10 minutes of strength before bed, and that'll help you sleep. And then some other person totally called him out for using AI, and there was a bit of back and forth. But I had never heard that tip before, and I was so grateful. So who cares if you used AI?
Yeah, like and again, it's about using it in a smart way. So that person used it and they shared something new because hey, like my daughter, she uses AI as a resource. She doesn't use Google as much, for instance. So that was using AI in a smart way. And so I those types of comments I'll engage, but again, comments where they just totally repeated what I said. And now I
Yeah.
wasted time like reading it like wait a second. Did I just say that? I don't always respond.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was grateful for the tip and also because I wouldn't say I'm the most creative writer. Like it doesn't come naturally to me, so maybe that's also the lens I'm looking through.
Yeah. And I think like that deserves a hey, thank you. I didn't know that before, right? Even though the other person called them out and maybe ignore or not ignore that person who's causing the bit of a guffaw in your post. Yeah. Okay, Leah,
Hey, unmute. Am I muted?
you're unmuted.
I'm unmuted?
I can hear
Oh,
you. We can hear you.
oh, strange. Sorry, strange. Um, okay, now of course I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, I like your point about being mindful of the time you spend on social media. That's an important point. Like maybe you just can't respond to everything. But even I feel like even if someone used AI and repeated what you said or whatever it is, they still took the time to comment, which deserves like a simple like thumbs up or acknowledgement because I like we barely have time to even do that much. Like I feel like that's even something. But then of course the balance is like how much time are you spending? But just an acknowledgement, that tiny, tiny bit of interaction is important. I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. That's a great point. I have shared like the reactions, but I haven't always like commented back, but that's an excellent point. Yeah. Paige.
Can I just add something quickly? There's this one guy who I think just wants me as a client, and he basically like comments on almost all of my posts, but not with anything meaningful about the post. It's just like looks great
Mm.
or something, like 2 words, but every single time.
Yeah, so I guess he's nurturing the
Maybe,
relationship, right?
maybe. So just like it and move on. Like he's not
Yeah.
part of my client base, and I'm pretty sure he just wants to work with me.
Yeah, I have a few of those and you can like it. You can even like thank him, like thanks for that. I've had individuals who have sent me a connection request. So because they sent me a connection request, so they are now following me. However, I declined it because I saw that I don't really think that there's anything there really. So I declined it. They're still following me, and he's always like engaging with those two comments. And there have been other individuals who they've sent me the connection request. I declined it, but then they shared some really great comments. And then I sent them a connection request because I'm like, oh, well, I don't really think we have anything in common, but it's so kind that you are doing that. And then I sent it back. So there's no hard and fast rules about connecting with people, but yes, I think a lot of us are experiencing that too. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to get started. Just going to check I saw something. Jody, I can tell when I'm being nurtured. Haha. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, well, I won't do the introduction again, but this is what we are talking about. We are talking about strengthening your personal brand on LinkedIn. And I am a little bit paranoid. Did I hit the record button? I did. Okay. All right. So this is what we are focusing on this month. It's crunch time. So crunch time being that, wow, we are into the second quarter. Just the other day, it was January 1st. And this month we're going to talk about like how it is that we can refine our presence on LinkedIn to reflect our expertise. So just going back to basics, where like parts of your LinkedIn profile might be a-okay. And again, what are some of the things that you can do just to like strengthen your brand, strengthen what it is that you do, and make some minor tweaks or make some big tweaks so that people are they're very much aware of your expertise. You'll be able to attract those opportunities and then make your profiles work as a lead magnet. So we're going to, in all of this, we're going to clarify your unique value proposition. So you are the go-to in your industry. And again, optimizing that profile. And a little bit later, like within the month, we're gonna like just talk again about scheduling your content. So within the group, I'll be sharing like some ideas about things that you can post on LinkedIn that are like an easy way of scheduling content ahead of time. Like there are some national days in April. So one of my clients, they are in the healthcare, and like in April, there is a week for nurses. So what we did was that we created a post ahead of time. This week happens the week of the 21st. Even though we've created content for her like earlier in the month, we just went ahead of schedule and also created a post for that week. And then therefore, that's something we don't have to worry about. Her target audience are those who are in the medical industry, and then they're going to be very appreciative of that. Also have another client who is an online business manager, and also she has a team of virtual assistants. So there is a week in April where it is celebrating those who are administrative assistants. We've already created that post. So we'll be sharing some ideas in the group about that. And then, helping us to share at least a minimum of 12 LinkedIn posts for the month of April. So we've got plenty of time to do that. Today is the 10th of April. Now, here are some ways that, using me as an example, that I have decided to like take a look at my LinkedIn profile and what is it that I wanted to update in terms of my LinkedIn headline. So